To anyone watching, it's Independence Day. I'm figuring a lot of people that normally tune in are out having fun. And Aqua's also here. She's been very clingy today. Wanting, oh no, the page refreshed. Sorry, I had everything all set up for the article I was going to copy, and then it refreshed. There we are. But I knew exactly where it was. So I have like 20 minutes, half an hour to write stuff. We're probably not going to get through a full review. If I can get started before I have to head out for the day, I have an appointment with someone. Well, it's not someone, it's my therapist. And so I have that. And then after that is 4th of July festivities. Aqua's clearly here. So I was like I looked at the calendar and I was like, oh, Thursday, when I normally do a bunch of things, like around and about town, like with grocery shopping, all that, like, oh, that's 4th of July. That's probably, I should rearrange all my stuff. Shit's gonna be closed. Surprisingly, my therapist was like, yeah, we inadvertently scheduled for 4th of July, but that's the only way I can see you this week in my schedule, and, like, I don't mind. And I was like, cool. But yeah, we have Edelstein, Pelikan, Edelstein, Aquamarine. That should be in this one. Yes. It's fairly pretty, but I've actually used this one before, and it is so dry. Oh my god. It's actually really close to Faber-Castell Deep Sea Green, which was also really dry. And I know there's a Kyo no Oto ink in this category, in this like color family that people love, but that is also super dry. So it might be just this whatever this dye or coloring or pigment is in this family makes things super dry. Like, I've actually used it in both these pens before, and it's just like, oh no. But it's in my collection, and the whole point of this is to, well, originally it was to try out inks I haven't tried before, but now I'm just like, I'm gonna be a completionist about it and do all my inks. And I'm getting there. Only got a couple more in that sample box. And then we're going to start moving through the sample boxes, because in boxes, we've done box 5, 4, and almost done with 3. And then with box 2 and 1, those are largely boxes with samples that I've actually used before. And used quite a bit of. So a lot of the inks in there, while there might be like a little bit in the vial, it's definitely not enough for me to do a full review. So even though technically I have 2 full boxes left, it's only a couple of the inks in each box. So we're going to move through those fairly quick and then be on to bottles. So I figure I've got like maybe a year left of doing reviews. Probably less than a year left. And then it'll be like the nail polish, where like the nail polish I was doing, and then I was like, well, I'm out. I don't have any more, guys. And I'm not buying more just to do reviews. So that's why the nail polish reviews stopped, because I ran up. Anyway. And for any non-Americans watching, I do not know how many of you there are yet. If you weren't aware from the bombardment that you probably have gotten on social media, 4th of July is our big national holiday. It's our Independence Day. So, yeah, like it is for any national holiday. For any, like, it's our country pride national holiday. I think Australia has one of these, and I know France does, because France has Bastille Day. I actually don't know about all the other various, like, big, like, yay us national holidays, like the national pride holidays around the world. I'm sure they exist. I'm sure every country has one. I just don't know what they are. I think in the UK it's like the Queen's birthday. I don't know. There's got to be something in China. And it's probably more related to, like, the founding of the current government in China. Japan probably has something too. I'm almost certain Pakistan has something because that has a distinct date in when the country was formed. Anyway. Oh yeah, if you haven't noticed, my hippo, the front cover decided to give up the ghost just completely. That's fun. This is not as dry as I remember it. Maybe because the last time I used it was like 2 years ago? Yeah. At least 2 years ago. And I've used a lot of other inks since. And so maybe at the time this was the driest ink I had ever used. But now I have other inks in comparison. This is not terrible. And no, I'm not doing a 4th of July article. I was going to, but then I saw this article, which I had seen tweets about, and wanted to read anyway. Because I was like, what the fuck is going on? And that happened to be in today's paper, so you get a different... You do not get a patriotic article. Otherwise, I was going to do a wholesome one about people getting their citizenship. But, you know, I tend to, unless I see something that like completely catches my eye, I like to scroll through. I'd like to scroll through the whole paper, or at least the sections of the paper that I read. And I'll make note of ones that look interesting, but if there's one that I'm like, what the fuck, I need to read this, then that's what I read. That's what I transcribe. Which, that's what this one was. I spelled Puerto wrong. There we are. Which is an abomination, because I've lived somewhere that has Puerto. I cleaned it and everything. It just like, I don't know, something about it, like the nib needed to mold to me. I don't know. Like there was a point when I was going to sell it because I was like, it's just not working for me. And then I waited because it was a limited edition, so I was like, I should probably wait till it's not available anymore. And then I loved it after I tried it again. Oh, I skipped a line. I was like, wait, this sentence makes no sense. And then also, as a note, this ink does match this Parker 45, like the tealy green one matches it perfectly, which is why when I initially got this sample vial that I inked it up in this immediately. But it's a little bit on this ink writes, this pen writes dry, and that ink is a little on the dry side, so then I hated the combination despite the perfect color match. So for some reason it feels weird in this pen. I need to write with it more to understand, to describe it, but it feels odd writing with this ink in this pen. I'll get back to you once I've written it more and a better description than odd. There's some really pretty shading from this in the wet pen, but it like is, the shading pattern is weird. Actually, this just has pretty shading in all of them. Didn't remember this being a shader, but you know, hey. Yes, Aqua. See, now this is weird. I'm actually really enjoying using this ink and this pen on this paper. This just goes to show you that tastes change over time. Like, I know I'm really enjoying this, where I remember distinctly hating using this ink in this pen. It might have even been 2016. No, it wouldn't have been 2016. Because I got this vial at the Atlanta Pen Show. Yeah, no, because I didn't get this pen till 2017, that's right. Because my first Atlanta Pen Show was 2016. And that's when I learned about the existence of 45s. And then in 2017, low-key looked for one with a colored cap and was there all 3 days. And then someone came and found me to look for that. And that's also when I stayed late, and I think from Twitless Dan got that vial, yes. Jeez. The fact that I got this stuff in 2017 and just a bunch of other shit happened in my life in 2017, like a couple months later, those just seem like different worlds. I'm like, really? That was all the same year? I don't believe it. Like, something my brain says, that must have been, I must have gotten that earlier. But nope. Echo, where are you going? Echo, say hi to the camera. She is out of her cone of shame. Behold. Aqua. Aqua, can you move? Aqua, what are you doing? Are you attacking the mouse? It's a favorite pastime of hers, attacking the mouse. And that ding was my cue that I actually need to leave. I told you this was only going to be like 20 minutes. So I might be back later in like a couple hours. Like I said, have therapy. Yeah, I did not get my shit together to get this done before therapy in its entirety. So like I said, I might be back later. I might not be because it's 4th of July. So this might be all you get this week. But that's something. Say bye-bye to Aki-wise. She's very cute and wants all the scritches. See how comfy she is. She wants all the chin scritches. Anyway, say bye-bye, and I'll at least see you next week, if not later today. Bye!